morning, everyone. Thank you so much for registering for this class. And I just want to implore you guys that we all keep calm, take our pen, our book, and start to write. Take our pens and our book and start to write. I'll do a brief introduction about me. If you are just seeing me for the first time, you've not attended any of my webinars before, this is your first time of attending my event or my program, my name is Nancy Nnadi, aka the Money Boss. What I actually do for business owners is that I help business owners move from a place of no money syndromes to surplus. That is the overall goal of what I do, and that is my mission. So seeing anybody that is already in business and the person is not actually making progress, or you are not making money, or you are seeing your business fund not growing, you are seeing your business fund not increasing, please, I am the go-to person. I can actually help such person. So today I would like to share some few things as we start this class. Number one thing I want us to take notice, I'm going to be sharing 5 things with us now, which I want us to take note of. The first one is try as much as possible to unlearn, relearn, and actually learn from what I'm going to teach you today, because we have a lot of things in our mind. Let's keep it aside and try to listen, because when you listen like a child, you get more. That's one. Then number 2, try as much as possible to follow through to the end, no matter the challenges that you see. Maybe your network went bad, click back and join him back and continue to learn till the end, because sometimes network can actually be an issue. Internet can also want to be a challenge for you. Ensure to stay true to the end. Then number 3, ensure that you are writing down those points that hit you, or those things that you feel you need to work on as I begin to speak, so that it will enable you to take action right after this class. It's very key to me, because the essence of me taking this class is for a lot of people to move from where they are into a better place, which is where they can actually be making money, or where their business can actually be making huge progress from today. Then the fourth one is, don't forget, implementation is key. It is not enough for you to attend my class, but the most important thing is for you to actually implement what you have learned. So promise me that you are going to implement what you have learned in this class, because let me tell you, it takes a lot of energy and it takes a lot of things involved for me to come on live to want to take you today. I have other things I'm supposed to do, but I had to, because I've already given my word for this class, I have to let them go. And they are very important things. You guys are important too, but these things too are important. But I have to let it go just because of you guys. And I want to lastly tell everyone that if you get value from this class today, ensure that you pay it forward. How do you pay it forward? You see any of your colleagues struggling with any of the things I'm going to share, direct my page to them. You find anyone on social media complaining of, I cannot grow my business, or I'm having issue, tag me in that post. If you find anyone at all having challenges in any of the things I will share, and one of the things I do, my main aim is to build wealthy and healthy businesses in Africa. We need a lot of people to know that there is wealth in doing legitimate business, not just doing business, legitimate business. You can build wealth from it. So along the line, I will be sharing my story along the line as I teach. I won't even share it now. I'll be sharing my stories along the line as I teach. And I pray that at the end of the class, you get value from this class. So today, this webinar is designed to actually help business owners, startups, people that are aspiring to start business, to help them to know the groundwork of what they need to put in place to ensure their business is actually doing well. And if you are in this class and you're already in business, please just let me know, say already in business and about to start, or aspiring to start. Just drop a comment. It will help me to know the perspective in which I will take some of these things, so that I can actually help you more, because I really need a lot of people to get results from this class. Already in business, let me know. Hiring, come into business, let me know. Okay, I've been in business for a while, let me know. So I thank you for all the people dropping your comments. I love that. Your response is making me to be happy, and I'm going to share from my heart, like I always do. But I want to try as much as possible to make this class very, I don't want it to be too lengthy. 10:10 is our starting time. So, and I want us to know that, however, in starting business, you see a lot of time I say you can start business from day one and start to make huge success. I say it a lot, and I'm not withdrawing that word. But for you to make huge success from day one, you need to put in the work. You need to put in the work. There is work that you need to put in. And if you don't put in the work and you are ready to sacrifice, you might not get the result. And that might also be why the current business you are doing is not really flourishing the way you want it to be. Please, putting in the work is very, very important. Very important. You need to put in the work. You need to water it. And at the end of the day, the God will put increase on it, because the work and you putting in the work, watering your work, that's keep checking out what I'm going to teach today, using those tools to walk through your journey as a startup or as an existing business owner. It will change whole game for you. And like I always say, the best time to start is now. The best time to start is now. There's nothing like I would have started 5 years ago. Maybe I would have been in a particular place. The best time to actually start your business is now. You will know House of Tara, that's TFD, like we usually call her. House of Tara started her business when she was in university, and today the big one. And so you can, and for me as Nancy Nnadi, I started my business when I just gave birth to my first daughter. So when you start does not really matter. It is the work you are ready to put into it to ensure that the business is successful. So you can start now. Maybe somebody else has started 5 years ago and you're looking down on yourself. You are trying to think back to say, oh, I would have started 4 years ago. Don't beat yourself up. This is the best time to start. This right now is the best time. And challenges are stepping stones to greatness. So now that we have COVID everywhere, a lot of opportunities will be coming up and some opportunities will be fading away. So you have to know and as I take you through this journey, let me quickly just give a preamble of COVID-19 issue. The COVID-19 pandemic season that we are now is threatening everyone, from the business leader to the government to everyone. But it is only those people that can try as much as possible to look beyond the challenges. Once you look beyond the challenges, then there is an opportunity there. Then you can take those opportunities, implement fast, and start to move. Once you do that, I'm telling you, you will just be, because for me, I can see this season as a period where wealth transfer is going to happen. Some of the rich people will move into, I'm not saying anybody will be poor anyway. I'm not a negative soothsayer. But if you don't keep up, or you don't want to keep up with the new market trend, you might be at disadvantage at the end of the day. So let's move into the class right away. Now, thank you. So brief, I believe I've said, I believe I've said brief introduction about me. Well, if I will still say my story as I go along the line. So I'm going to be sharing with us 10 solid principles that you should hold to your heart as you begin to start your journey to starting business, or even though you are in a business already. 10 of them. So the first one is know yourself. Know yourself. For you to scale up, for you to do well, for you to succeed in business, it is important that you know who you are. Who am I? Who am I? It's so simple. And you look, I hear a lot of slogans like know thyself. This particular word, know yourself, is going to help you in a lot of things. Because for me, starting up business years ago, I almost lost my business because I didn't have I didn't know about this. So let me share this story. I started my first business, which was Shaka Production, years back, before my airtime business. And I failed in that business. And why did I fail in that business? Because I started a business from my area of weakness. It is important that you know your personality type and you know your strength, you know your weaknesses. From your strength and your weakness, then you can say, okay, this is who I am. I can do this more. I will share more light on it so that you get to understand what I'm trying to explain. So I started that business, and for me, I don't like to go after credit. Any business I'm going to do, maybe contract, I need to be in, maybe supplying things to the government, going back to chase after my money. I cannot do it. So I'm not saying you cannot do this business later in future when you are stable. But at the beginning of your life, when you are starting the first business, or when you are trying to build a brand, don't start a business from your area of weakness. What does this mean? If you know, like if you are conversant with my page, there is this workbook I sell, which I call the Structure Your Business With Ease. On the first exercise, there's what we call personality type, how to know your personality type. Checking those personality type, you will see everybody has different personality type, and your personality has a way to affect the kind of business you want to do, because we are all not the same. I might go into another business and not do. Maybe if I started with Shark Cap and I didn't do well, because the factor in Shark Cap is that you must produce it, take it to the supermarket, supply them, come after 1 month, 2 months to come and collect your money. And I cannot stand that, number one. Number two, I cannot even go after the money. I can't do that follow-up of going after the money continuously. So I started thinking of what business can I do that people will just have to come in, pay me, and I get my cash, they get their goods, and they go. Because at that time, based on my person, I cannot really flourish well. So let me show another example with you so that you can get it right. My manager was resigning years back, and she has worked with me for close to years, maybe more than 10 years. I can't really pick the numbers now. So she was resigning, and when she wanted to leave the job, she said, Ma, after she left, so she called me one day that she wanted to start a restaurant business. And I looked at her, I've worked with her for years, so I know her strength, and I know her. I've worked with her, that I understand her very well. And when I work with people one-on-one, and I tell them, based on our conversation, this is who you are, this is what you cannot do, they're like, how did you know? I say, no, it's just something that you train yourself to know. And even for you as a business owner, you need to know your personality type and be so conversant with what you are good at, your strengths, your weaknesses, the opportunity around you, the threat. Once you know those things, it will help you to even manage your team better. It will help you to strengthen your relationship with your spouse. It will help you in a lot of areas when it has to do with relationship with people. So I told her, I said, based on you that I know, the reason why I told her you can't do this kind of business, it's not that you cannot do it, except you are going to change the model that you will use to do this business. And she was like, I want to do it and I want to start. And she started, and at the end, the reason I gave her was why she later failed. And at this point, I want to let you know that failure is only a feedback. It's not something you should hold to heart and kill yourself. It's just a feedback that is either you cannot do that thing very well, or you need to improve on how you need to do that thing. That's what failure means. So number one, know yourself. So I told her, I said, I've worked with you. There are some people that when they are working, they don't have the energy to work for long hours. Some people cannot work continuously for 12 hours. They will break down. They cannot, no matter how you try to push them, they are not wired like that. For somebody like me, Coach Nancy, I'm a colleague, I can work 24 hours, 27 days without getting tired at all. So if you go and do the kind of business I'm doing, or you pick my model, the way I decided to structure my business, or the way I decided to put it, you might have issue because your energy might not be able to carry you along. So what I told her was, if you still want to, because food business that I know is like a 24 hours business. You need to wake up early to get everything done, to move it to the store. You need to go to the market. So there is a lot of work that you are doing continuously at the same time. And I told her, if you want to do this business and be successful, you have to be able to break the time. You will tell yourself, I'm not going to work 24 hours, or I'm not going to do 8 to 7. I'm not going to do 8 to 11 like people do. You can try to pick your time and say, okay, I will work during the peak period when people need to eat. So I will start my restaurant by 12 and lock it and close it by maybe 4 or 5. I don't know, depending on the peak period of the environment, the location where you are. So you must not start a business from your area of weakness. Ensure you start business from your area of strength, because if you start business from your area of weakness, it will be obvious to people that you lack competence. It will be obvious to people that you lack competence, which will at the end bring downfall to that business. So number two thing I would like to share is that never compete. I'm still talking about number one, know thyself. Never compete from the area of strength of your competitors. Avoid competition from the area of strength of your competitors and your own weaknesses. Like now, you know that you are weak in this particular area. If you see your competition making maybe promotion or creating strategies around our customer service is excellent, we do excellent service, we deliver in 10 hours, and you know you don't have facility for that, don't compete in that area, because if you do that, you are going to bring down your business on time. So ensure you compete from your own area of strength. you need to improve on yourself, agreed. Before you start to compete, ensure you have put in place a little bit of standard, a little bit of things that can help you move. So don't go and look at somebody that XYZ Limited said they are going to deliver in 24 hours. I will also do it. And you know you don't have the capacity yet to do it. It will only expose your business weaknesses, and at the end, all the clients will go. All the clients will go. So ensure that you compete from your own area of strength, not your competitor's area of strength. I hope you get that. So you ensure you compete from your own area of strength, not your competition or your competitor's area of strength, which is your own area of weakness. So thank you. So let's move on to the third point under number 1, which is stay true to your vision. Why did you start your business? Why? So let me quickly share my story here. I started my first airtime business 14 years ago. My first business failed. After that, I started my airtime business. I'm calling my airtime business first business now because it's the one that succeeded. So the other ones are gone. So I started my first business 14 years ago. And when I started this business, my aim was, I was working and I realized that, oh God, how do I cope with coming back home? I just gave birth. I'm resuming back after maternity, taking my baby, coming to take care of my husband. I was like, everything was like too much for me. I was like, I have to start my business. Let me just start something. And my aim of starting at that time was not to make money anyway. I just wanted to start something. I want to get busy. I didn't want, it's not about money at that time. But so I told my husband, and he was like, no, Nancy, don't start business yet. I like the fact that you are going to the office. So all that is by the way story. Then immediately after some time, my husband agreed. He told me to go ahead. So I started doing research of, okay, what business can I do? What business can I do? So these are one of the things that make you opt for a particular business. Apart from passion, there are some things we teach at the end of the class, which will come to you how to pick the business you want to do. That apart from that, you must see this business, is it viable? Is it a business that has high volume of transaction? Do people need this thing regularly? Those are one of the things that helped me. So when I picked out the businesses I wanted to do, about 4 of them or 3 of them thereabouts, my husband said, he picks airtime, and he said, I like this one because it's a fast moving commodity. People buy it all the time. So I said, okay, good, I'll go with it. So, but when I was starting, I'm still talking about staying true to your vision. When I was starting, I went into the market, did feasibility studies for people. I will share more like that here. But when I went into the market, one of the complaints they gave me, and that was the foundation of which I built my business on, was the fact that the people in my estate always sell to them at very exorbitant price. So they go all the way to Ikeja to buy. They don't buy from them. They will leave the estate and go to Ikeja to buy because the dealers at Ikeja sell at the regular recommended price. So I was like, okay, I now started engaging them that if I come in and I can put the transport fare on top, will you people buy? They said, yes, that is still okay than what they are selling. So I knew that my coming into the market was to give the customer best pricing as far as that's competitive price with what is available with other distributors in other locations. So saying they should not travel far to go and get it. That was one of the foundation of why I started. So the aim reason is that I want my customers to make more profit. That was the goal. So I started doing well. I was making so much money. I started making friends. So people will come to my store and see. So when you start to make friends in business, understand it's not everybody that comes to you because they want to be your friend. Some are coming to you because they just want to even know your secret, know how you're doing it. But it's not bad for people to know how you're doing it, but it will be bad if they want to pull you down. So at a time, I became too close to some of them that whenever I'm trying to sell, they are calling me to say, Nancy, can you take up your price a little? The price you are selling is too cheap, blah, blah, blah. And I'll tell them, but they say they will go to Ikeja, but they say, leave them, let them go. So I started bulging to what they want because I wanted to please them, and they've become my friend right now. So I started losing my market. I started losing my clients, and they all started going back to where I was selling to them so that they don't go there. They started going back to buy from Ikeja. My sales started dropping. My sales started reducing. So one day I was at home. I was like, God, what's this? I started checking. And I heard it in my spirit, go back to your first love. So I started checking what was my first love. What did I do when I was starting? So I realized, okay, I started this business for one of these reasons was what I started for. Why I started, I mean. And I started this thing to solve this problem for them. And that was how I came back, send them messages, communicate to them that we are sorry, we are moving back to, and that was how our business took a leap and came back to normal. And those people became my enemies, they started fighting me and all that. But that's story of another day. So I finished. Know yourself. Knowing yourself entails even when you are hiring, but we'll get to when you are hiring. So I don't want to mix words. But when you are hiring, like me, when I just started getting people, I feel that everybody should work like me because I'm working 24 hours. But later, understanding my personality type make me to know that, okay, these people, some of them cannot even function 24 hours like me. I have to also factor in the fact that they need to rest. I know some of my staff, once they are hungry like this, they can make all the mistakes in the world. So we now have to put time for eating and all those things. So you care for them so that you don't make losses. Because if they don't eat and they give out one of my products, and I can lose 100K in a second. So all those things were what I learned. Being aware of who I am. Self-awareness is key in all this area. This is just about knowing yourself. It's about self-awareness, knowing who you are. Even there are some things that people will say that will not get at you. For instance, knowing who you are will help you a lot. I remember people used to tell me, Nancy, you are too impatient. I would say, I'll be feeling bad. But now I won't feel bad because I know I have the traits of actually being impatient. But that's to you because that is negative. But for me, I see it that I'm a speed person. So when they tell you are impatient, tell them, no, you are misinterpreting it. I am a speed person. But what it helps me to do is that when I give my employees or my staff tasks to do, and they are wasting time, because I know now that I'm a speed person, I tend to give them more time. I say, Nancy, why are you quick? Why are you asking for this thing? It has not stayed long. And some people will say, you just gave me. But because immediately I'm giving you, I'm requesting for it. So it will help you a lot. It will help you to manage your relationship, and at the end, relationship will get there. We'll talk about that now. So let's move on to number two. The topic of this class is actually how to start and succeed against all odds. But the real topic is structure your business, structure your startup, and scale up like a pro. And today, because I don't want to really eat up into our time, I'll be brief about all the topics so that I can be very brief about it. But we'll be having a fleshy one soon, and I will be brief about it. So the next one is think big and start small. Think big and start small. A lot of us start business, especially people that have, okay, sorry, please. There's one thing I've left out in know thyself. So in knowing yourself, we have two types of, I've worked with a couple of people now since I started coaching. I've worked with a couple of, and I realized that some people, they've been working for years, and when they were working, they were doing so well. They were getting all the awards, they were getting every good thing that comes from their office. Whatever is happened, their name topped the list, they come out on top, they do well. But once they started business, the business could not thrive, and they keep wondering, what is wrong with me? Am I having challenges? What is the problem? I want to tell you today that the challenge is not really you. It is about your personality. For such people, they are somehow subjected to being accountable to people, and they are unconsciously, they don't know, they are subjected to that. So whenever they have tasks to do in their business, they are like, I'll do it later. Let me just quickly go. Before they know it, time is going, so the result is not coming. But when they were working, whenever they give them tasks, they do it because they know their boss will ask for it tomorrow. They know people will check on them on it. They quickly do it and submit. So they're always topping the list. But when they started their business, they never took it the same way. But they keep thinking, when I was working, I was doing well. So for such people, you need an accountability partner. That's my request. Somebody that can hold you on. And in any of my posts, or I don't know whether I have it on my post, but I have a workbook too that entails how to pick an accountability partner. It will help you so much. So thank you so much. Thank you. I'm seeing comments. Thank you. So the next thing is think big, start small. Think big, start small. So a lot of people want to start business and you just want to start it the big way. No, no, no. It is always good to start the process small, because the truth is you still have some few things to learn. Except you have somebody holding you by the hand. Even though you have somebody holding you by the hand, they will still tell you, don't start. Like I always tell people, if you have money, I'll tell you, split it into two. Start small, start small. Because for especially for people that are working, if you are still working, let me just give you a few tips here. If you are still working and you are wondering, okay, how will I start? I'm still working and I can't stop my job now. Just few things. Number one, have an exit date. If you know business is the line that you want to go, have an exit date somewhere, because even though you don't have an exit date, they will exit you one day. It's a standard. You can't work forever in anywhere. So have an exit date and just, okay, I'll leave this job in 2 years time, in 1 year time, in 6 months. Just tell yourself, have an exit date. Then once you have an exit date, then never leave your job broke. Never leave your job broke. So start setting aside a particular amount. Starve yourself now and you will enjoy it tomorrow. Start setting aside a particular percentage for the business. I know it will definitely make you not to have access to some things. It will reduce some of your lifestyle. Please, this is a necessity, because don't let it be when you are being given a letter to go, or when the need arises that you need to go before you start running. Plan it. Have an exit date. Don't leave your job broke. Start saving, then start doing research. Okay, what am I looking at? What do I want to do? Start putting all your documentation in place. If you like, you can, okay, I'll get there. Let me move on. So think big and start small. So one of the things you need to do is, in thinking big, please think digital. Think digital. Every business is going online now. And if you are not thinking of online right now, you are doing yourself a disservice. No matter what you're selling clothes, selling food, have an online platform. Please have an online platform. And also think global, but start locally. Think digital, think global, but start locally. What do I mean with that? Let me quickly run you through. Number one, as you're starting a business now, you should have a social media page. Have all the necessary social media. You don't need to spend too much to get some of these things. Have the social media page there. But the truth is, like what I want to share now is, a lot of us focus on making sales only on social media. Please, I'm going to get to sales. Don't start your business in a way to frustrate your efforts. You can start to do social media ads, social media, everything to make sure sales come. But please, start from your environment. Start from your network. The network you currently have, can you start from there? Because those are the feedback that you need. Because social media, they need social proof before they can really buy from you. In Nigeria today, if you say I'm starting a business and you just come up to say you want to do something, and you cannot tell them who you have done this thing for, and you cannot tell me you have done it for yourself, nobody will really listen to you. So try as much as possible to start from your network. Start from those people around you. Start from your environment. I'm going to share with you some sales tips that will make you start effectively from your environment. We'll get there. I don't want to repeat words 2 times. We'll get there. Then number 2, think big and start small. Know your must-haves and your nice-to-have. Business owner, please know your must-have and your nice-to-have. I wish when I was starting business, I had someone to tell me this. Maybe I would be one of the Dangotes today, because there were a lot of opportunity in the telecom industry. It was huge, but I did not know some things. Now I cry. I say, if I had known, one of the best things I would tell anyone that is starting business newly, if you have the fund, is to structure your business before you start. Not in the big way. I'm giving you a tip of structure. But if you have the money to really put the right structure in place, do it, so that you don't even have time for wastage at all. You don't even have any atom of, there used to be a time that I was making money and I lost it. You won't have it like me, because the opportunity was there. So know your must have from your nice to have. So what are your must have? What are your nice to have? In business, your must have are those things you need to start up now. So a lot of people focus on branding, spending money on branding. Well, I want the place to be this. I want also people spend money on big space. When you are starting, the most important thing for you is number one, your product or your service. How well will it deliver the promise that you want to tell your client that it will deliver? Your product or your service, is it delivering the promise that you want to give your market or you want to give your audience? Is it going to deliver that? That's number one. Then number two, you must focus on your customers. Focus on giving your customer an outstanding service, because in this part of the world, we are still lacking service. So any business that you want to go into now, hold it on your heart that you are going to be customer service oriented business. You will scale. Amazon is number one today, not because they know how to do anything better, but because they listen to customers. And why? Customer, like what I heard the MD of Amazon saying something recently, and he said customers will always not be content with whatever you give them, but we keep trying to solve it more. The more they complain, the more we do more, because customers are naturally selfish. I didn't know this on time. If I knew this on time, I would have gone far, because I had them. I would just, sometimes customers will now say things. I was like, what's wrong with this person? I've gone extra mile for the person, and he's not even appreciating it. At that time, I didn't know that customers are selfish. And if customer is selfish, satisfy their selfishness. That's what I tell people now. Go ahead and do what they want for them, because the truth is customers are selfish. They are only concerned about their benefit. And stop saying things like, they don't even care. They don't know that I suffer to get it. It's not their business. It's not your customer's business whether you suffer to get anything. It's not their business. Their business is, let them just get it from you, and they don't care. And don't expect them to care. So that if you see the ones that care, you will be happy. But the truth is, they don't really care. Most of them don't care. But the most important thing is the exchange of value. If you can give them that value that they want, you will get the money from them. That is it. So focus on product and service that is customer oriented. So what are the things that you should spend your money on? You must have. Number one, your product, the things you need to make your product standardized. I'm not saying the highest of the whole quality. I'm not saying, because people will say, I want it to be standard. Then you now want to put all the whole. So there is standard and there is, what would I call it? Over standard. You want to do too much. Because the truth is, if you want to do over standard in your product or your services, it's going to be costing you more. It's going to cost you more money. That's the challenge. And it will affect your pricing. So ensure you have quality, ensure you have standard, but ensure that your packaging is within the pricing that you have. Don't go and over sophisticated, trying to put too much brand in place. Okay, let me share a story at this point. I hope I'm going to share my story well. So I remember when I wanted to start airtime business, one of my in-laws wanted to also start airtime business, and I did not even know he wanted to start it as at that 14 years ago. So I went into the market, I did research, and I realized that the level I wanted to start from, I don't need license to actually start. So I went ahead to get a store and started. But he started to chase after getting the license from the government. And at that time, they said the license was like 500,000, everything, maybe 1 million, I don't know, as at that time. So he has paid the money, about 500 plus, to someone to do the license for him. Why I have 600,000, which I just went into the market, asked from people that, do I really need license to start at this level? They said no. It is only when you want to be a dealer, a direct distributor from the network, that you need the license. If you are just starting, you don't need the license. So I just went into the market, took a store, bought goods of 600,000, and I started selling. And from the first day, I made sales of 1.8 million. I'm telling you, it's really great. I'll share the story how I achieved it on the first day, because that is what I want you to also achieve as you start your business. So what am I trying to say? He was chasing after the license, but I have started already, and I don't really need the license. Because some people, you sit inside your house and you are thinking, I need permission from government, I need permission from, you don't need permission. There are some things that you don't need. There are some industries that need license. There are some industries that need license, but there are some industries you can always start small. There is a small version of what you're about to start. There is a small version of it. Please look into that small version. Then you will not know, okay. Sometimes if you don't look into it, when I was getting my license, I did not spend more than 11,000 naira. And somebody that wanted to start the business initially spent over 500,000 for it. So you can see what I'm trying to say. You don't need to start from the top. Don't let people come and give you bills. Okay, you want to start, and you're now, just start small and you begin to move gradually and you will get to where you are going to. So you must understand your must have from your nice to have. So people are just starting their business, they feel they need a PA, they need secretary, they need everything. You cannot start a business like that. Just pick if you feel your business is a business that you cannot start alone. If you feel your business is a business you cannot start alone, then pick the necessary people, not PA, this one, secretary. All those things are just extra. It comes when you are getting bigger and you have those luxury to yourself and you have started making those money. So you must understand your must have from your nice to have. So as you listen to my class now, try as much as possible to draw a table. What are my must have? What do I need to actually start this business? Sometimes what you need to actually start this business is not as big as what you keep thinking in your head that you need all the whole money in the world about. So please understand your must have from your nice to have. So when I was starting, like I said, there are some things I didn't need. But I realized somebody started recently after me, like one of my staff that actually started, and he started airtime business. And one of the things he did in the first few months was to go and buy a car. Car is not part of the must have of anybody in telecom. It's not a must have. You don't need it. I have car later because I have been able to make such money. So after making money, then you spoil yourself with some of the things you need. You need to live life. You need to live well. You need to live good. You need to enjoy yourself. You have made the money. But at the startup phase, you cannot get loan to buy car and say you will be paying later when you know you have not started making that money. You don't need it. Please start small and you will grow from there. So let's move on to number 3. After number 3, get ready for your questions and answer, because I need your feedback right now before we move on to number 4. But that's after number 3. And there is a Q&A section on the comment section, on the chat. There is a particular box for questions so that I won't have to go through all our chats. So it will just be only questions that will be there so that I can answer everyone as we go ahead. So I hope you've gotten me when I said think digital, think global, but start locally. Start locally. We're already gone with 1 hour. So, and I have to be very fast. I don't want to take our time too much today. So the next one is drive your business shamelessly. This is huge. Drive your business shamelessly. A lot of people, everyone, if you are with me, type drive your business shamelessly, because this is how we create sales or create demand in our business. Let me see you in the comments, in the chat box now, not question session, chat box. Drive your business shamelessly. Drive your business shamelessly. So I want to know how many people are with me, because I can't see your screen. So I know you can see me. Drive your business shamelessly. So keep dropping your questions in the Q&A session or chat box, but for comment, drop it in the chat box separately so that we can actually be able to attend to everyone with their questions in this class today. Drive your business shamelessly. One of the things I see as I continue to coach, mentor people is to see that a lot of people are doing business that they are not proud of. You are in a business and you are shy about your business. Let me tell you something. One thing you must learn to know today is that there is no business that cannot be corporate. It is when you are seeing yourself from a place of pity that you start to say, oh, this business. When I wanted to start my airtime business, everybody wants to start my business today because now I do I do turnovers in billions. People, everybody, I want to learn, I want to come. When I started my business, I'll share my story here so that you can understand some of these things that I'm saying about drive your business shamelessly on Instagram, drive shamelessly everywhere, drive your business shamelessly. Don't let anybody tell you what you are not. Drive it. You are the vision behind that business. So I'll take it one after the other, but I'll share a powerful story that will help you in sales in this particular area. Drive your business shamelessly. Then good visibility converts to sales. Good visibility converts to sales. So when I was starting my airtime business, so like I shared earlier, I went around asking people, what are the challenges you have with the current suppliers that sells to you? They gave me a lot of points. I took my pen, I was writing. Some of them would not answer me. I will go to the ones that will pay attention to me, get the questions, write it. Okay, what do you think you need in the market that they are not doing? Oh, there's this particular dealer. He keeps us there for 4 hours. He will say he's writing Syria. He will keep us there. In your industry now, can you start to write? What are those things? Some of them, you know it already. What are those things that they are doing that customers does not like? Customers might not say it to you, but they don't like these things. They don't like it. Thank you so much, Juliet. Thank you so much. They don't like this thing, but customers might not say it, but they don't like it. So thank you so much. All your comments, I appreciate it. So customers don't like it, but they can't say anything. So the lady said they don't attend to us on time. They delay us. I wrote it down. Another person said they don't have variety of the product. Is it that they have Glow, they don't have Airtel? Is it that they have Airtel and Etisalat, no MTN? Is it that they have MTN? So they are stressing us. We keep coming and going. I said, good. I wrote all down and I went back. That is I went back, take feedback from your clients. I went back, I used that to create my strategy. And never start your business until you create awareness. Never, if you have opened already, don't worry. We'll know how to augment it. But if you are just launching, please never start your business until you create awareness. Pick a date and say, I am going to launch this business on the 1st of June. Start creating awareness. We will launch on the 1st of June. Have you heard about us? We are launching on the 1st of June. Don't start, people just get stores and just open their store without creating effective awareness. You must create awareness. It is the number of, until you are visible to your audience, you will never make sales. And sales is what converts to money. Sales itself is the lifeblood of any businesses. As a startup, you must focus on sales. And sales is the lifeblood of any business. And how do you ensure you consistently sell? Listen to what I'm sharing now. So I took all those points, I wrote it down, then I went back home, start to think on it, then turn it, flip it the other way around, make it a strategy for them to say, if you come to buy from Nancy, that was the name I was using for my airtime at the initial stage. If you come to buy from Nancy, you will get all stock all the time. You will get all those things that they compare. And I went ahead to make sure that I am going to keep to what I've said. I am going to keep to it. That's why I make sure I am going to deliver my promises. And at this point, I want to tell you that to deliver your promises entails that you are ready to sacrifice. All of you here, are we ready to sacrifice? It takes sacrifice to make money. Sorry, excuse me. So it takes sacrifice to make money. Are you ready to sacrifice? Are you ready to stretch yourself? So when I started my class, I told you that. So I told them, I'm going to start, and these are the strategies. We're going to have all the products. Some of them collected our handwritten flyers. I didn't have money that time, so I didn't do any printed. That was why I said, you don't need all those over branding at the beginning. You don't need it. Just start from where you are. So I told them, I started giving them my flyers, went out handwritten. It took me days. Me and my niece were writing everything, went out to give them the flyers. We're starting on the 1st of March. We'll start on the 1st of March. and will come and buy from us. We'll go on like that. Some of them will collect our flyers, some will not collect. Some we had some resistance, we had some people who embraced us, some people did not. So we did that. So when I got to, I was like, I didn't like the outcome of this thing. That is why I want to tell you that you must sell first before you launch out. Sell first. And selling first differs from one business to another. This one is for people that are selling physical products. I will show another example for service-based business. So I got home and I started thinking, I said, God, what will I do now? These people did not embrace it the way I thought they will. And the Holy Spirit dropped something in my mind. I'm sorry, I'm a spiritual person. I like calling Holy Spirit all the time. Don't be offended. So, and the idea was, add a freebies to what you are doing. At that time, I didn't even know. So one of the things I thought, because when you are creating freebies, understand that you must understand the class of your audience. What is the class of your audience? So that we have the premium people, which is the rich and the high. We have the people below the pyramid, which are the middle class. No, the low, the poor, the middle class. What do they like? The poor, the middle class, they like food, they like free gifts. But the rich, there is another level of how you can give them freebies. Their freebies out most times has to do with impact because they already have the money. So telling them you want to give them food does not make anything to them. So, but for the low people below the pyramid and the middle class, okay, gift item, food, they can embrace it. So I did another flyer, handwritten, and I wrote there will be a lot of food and drink on that day, and we will give a lot of gifts out on that first day. Anybody that comes gets food, blah, 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 blah. And I went ahead to share it with all the strategies I've created earlier, like I told you. And all the strategies was itemizing all the problems that was in that particular environment and solving them as a strategy. So when I did that, I now went out. When I was giving them, come and see the response. I will be there. They were keeping it in their purse. I was very happy. You know, that is selling first, which means I've already sold even without me opening my store. So I already knew on that first day, I'm going to really sell. So what did I do? I went to stock up. I bought my goods. I started with 600,000. On that first day that I opened my store, more than 100 legs walks into my store. More than. And I made sales of over ₦1 million. That's like what I like to say, because when people say, is it true? Hey, is it? Actually, the sales I made that day was 1.8 million. And I was shocked. And I want to tell you that the greatest encouragement you can have for your business is that you start selling from day one. And that is one of the reasons I told you, number one, fix your date ahead. Oh, you're not hearing? Please, so let me know. Can you hear me? Someone says she can't hear. Please, can you hear? Someone says she can't hear. Oh. Okay, a lot of people can hear me. Please, just maybe log out and log in again, please. So sorry. Log out and log in again if you can't hear me. Let's continue. We don't have so much time, please. And we still have 10 points to go. Hey, 1 hour is gone. And I need to take, after this, I'm going to take Q&A after this session. So now I sold 1.8 million on that first day. Why? Itemize this thing I want to share with you. Number one, I fixed a date ahead. So plan your launching date ahead. Don't just start. You go and get a store. People get a store. They are selling clothes. Nobody is aware you are starting. Just start and put clothes and open and be saying I'm not selling. That's not how to do business. Pick a date ahead. Number one. Number two, identify who your target audience are. Don't take your product to people that are not your audience. They will frustrate you. Go to only your audience, the people that are in your target audience. Those are the people you will go to. And we cannot explain all these things in details here today. After this class, I'm going to be creating a group mentoring platform where we can follow you through on your startup journey. Because everybody has been coming to my DM, Coach Nancy, please, I want you to mentor me. And the courses I have for my one-on-one is 200,000. And it's not everybody that can afford it. And if you cannot afford it, I think you will be able to afford this group mentoring section, which all of us will also contribute to those persons' challenges. You come in, you say, this is what I'm currently facing now. How do I go about it? Other people will make suggestions, and I will come up and wrap it up to tell you this is what you should do. I'm telling you, at a stage in my business, oh God, I cried. I cried just to have somebody to talk to. I did not see. That was when I didn't understand the principles of must have from nice to have. I did not know it. I went to buy land. Land. Let me tell you, oh, thank God that I said this story. I'm remembering some things I need to share. God will help me. I hope the time will be enough for us to share. Don't invest your startup, even your business money, into liabilities. Liabilities are cars, house that is not yielding income, anything that is not yielding. You will have them later. I'm not saying now I can decide to say I want to, okay, I just send somebody a picture now of a car that I want. It does not mean that I will not buy good things for myself now. I can now because I can afford it. But when you are just starting your, okay, let me stay like this. So when you are just starting your business, please don't focus on liabilities. Liabilities are things that take from you. They take from your business. Anything liabilities, don't involve in it. Anything that is assets, they will help you to generate money. And one major asset that you need that time is to grow your business fund so that you can do more. That's the major asset. I will get to numbers, please. I just had to say it there. I went to buy land. I think the land is going to do something. And I took almost like 80% of my capital to go and buy land. I almost lost the business. I cried for days. That's a story of another day. That is why you need somebody to, like somebody called me yesterday, one of my clients, and you say, Coach Nancy, this is, and I said, okay, no, this is how you do it. You cannot know what that thing will save you. That thing can save you headache or stress for years. So that's why we've come up with a platform, an online platform. We'll be creating an online, it's going to be a closed group where you can come in, share. Once in a week, I come in, all of us drop topics that you are actually finding challenges on. I come into the platform, teach you people on that. And that mentoring class will be for 3 months. And the price is not free because I have somebody that has actually paid for my mentoring before, which was 5,000 per month. No, it's 5,000. I changed it to per month. It was so, but 5,000 in 3 months is 15. But for this particular class, we are doing 50% discount for anyone that is ready to be part of that group that we're going to mentor. You pick in, send in any course you want us to take. Everybody votes. The highest number, that will be the topic I work on, share with you. We keep doing it. Then if you have questions, we attend to your questions at random. That's separate. So we're going to do that. And also, some of these things I'm teaching, the depth of the ones we might not be able to cover, we can push it on into the platform. We take it. We do recorded video. I send it there. Depending on, it might be recorded, it might be live inside the class, depending on how lengthy the class, the topic might be. So for today, we'll be giving out that the mentoring group for 7-5. People that know me, people that know my course know that my one-on-one coaching is 200K. You might know, but that's it, because that one I have to hold your hand one-on-one just to an eye. True, it's a lot of work. But if you want to take advantage of the mentoring, it's going for 15K is actually for 3 months, but we are doing 7-5 for today. But if you don't pay today and you want to pay before 1st of June, because the mentoring will start 1st of June, then it will be 10,000 naira. But if you pay today, in 24 hours, it will be 7-5. That's today. But if you don't pay today, you pay before 1st of June, it will be 10,000. But the actual price is 15. And you will get more value, because we need a lot of people to know that they can make money in this business. So let me continue with my sales. So I said, number one, have a date ahead, the date you're going to start. Know your target audience. Create effective visibility. If people don't know you exist, let me say it here. If people don't know your business exists, you cannot sell. So a lot of us focus so much on online online sales, but you are not taking advantage of your environment. For people for people in the food industry, a lot of them have, like I remember, is this Nuela's kitchen? I remember I took her one time and I told her, in your environment where you are, who knows that you cook for people? You are only sitting online. And she said, yeah, good Nancy. And this, I said, who knows? He said, nobody. That I don't really market around my. I said, okay, now, do you know what you're going to do? You're going to start branding. Just do one t-shirt. I didn't say brand 10 t-shirts. Just one t-shirt with your logo and your brand. Then put your unique selling points at the back. Then start to be intentional about your environment, the people that you know, your network. Start selling to them. Don't beg them to buy. Please, don't beg people to buy your product. Just advertise your product to them. Advertise your product to them. Don't beg them to buy your advertise, but ensure before you advertise your product to them, hey, you have high level of competence. That thing, they know that you are good in it. They cannot resist you. So let me give you, I will share 2 examples here before I take my question and I continue, because I want to laugh. I need feedback in this class. I don't want to just teach. I need feedback. So I remember when I started airtime business, I was doing well, making money, but I didn't know what I need to pay. If I knew what I knew now, that's why I tell people, you better pay coaches so with experience, 14 years experience, and the person give you with 200,000, and you save yourself from losing 5 million. I've seen people that have lost 10 million, 5 million, because they refuse to subject themselves to mentoring or coaching. You will lose your money, especially in telecom. You want to start telecom without knowledge, you will lose your money. So I met one of my husband's friends, wanted to start telecom. So I told him, at that time I was not even a coach. I just wanted to teach him, and I was ready to teach him everything. And he was like, no, he knows the dealer, he's going to go, he's going to do everything. So I left him so that I don't be as if I want to force him to come and learn, because I was doing very well. Actually, somebody walked into one of my stores then and said, Madam, please, he paid me 250,000. He dropped it and he said, teach me this business. I said, I won't teach you. Then when I was not secure, then I didn't know what God wanted me to do. I was like the old Nigerians, I will not teach you my business. I said, I won't teach you. And the guy paid me 250K and I returned it back. I said, God, if he's now, I'll collect the money and teach him. Why would I teach him? Because one of my goals is, God said, Nancy, go and teach other people. I took you from nothing to something. I'm telling you, I was poor. We were poor. But now I am rich. And that's the truth. I can't come and say another thing. And I'm not saying it to make you feel bad. I'm just saying it to tell you, no matter the level you are now, your story can change with business. Your story can change with business. So let me continue my teaching. So, okay, I was sharing story of my thoughts. I missed my thoughts. Sorry. Oh, I have people that sell air that I coach. Oh, I have people that sell air that I coach. The thing is, coaching is about picking the strategy. It's the same principles that applies. Pick the principles, itemize the principles, then what you now need to do is to flip it into strategy and you start to sell. So now, I started the business. The guy wanted to start the business, and I told him, okay, I can help him. He didn't agree. So he went on to say, we'll do it. So he started with about 10 million, and the whole money lost. I felt for him. I pitied him, but that's Nancy, this whole business is hard though. I said, no, Oga, if you can understand and learn, you will know how to do it. That's where I come to say, you must also learn the terrain you are. You must learn the terrain. You must use your 5 sense organ to listen. You must use your eye to see. You must use your nose to smell what is happening in your industry. You must use your ear to listen to what. I'll get to sensitivity. Let me know job. I'll get to sensitivity. So now, number 1, I've said, pick a date. Ensure you know your target audience. Market to the right people, which are your audience. Don't go and market to people that don't need you. For instance, if you are selling air and you are marketing hair to male, you can never sell. So now you must understand what is value to your audience. You know, a lot of time we hear value on Instagram, give value. Sometimes you might be confused. I don't even know what is value to my industry. You must define what value means in your industry. Okay, yes, thank you, Dare. You're trying to help me remember. So the guy, that was how the guy lost his money and he could not start. Then another one, sorry, before I continue with value, let me write it down before I forget. So another of my in-laws was starting airtime business. So he came to me. I gave him all the download. I told him what he need to do. I need to do it. So he now said he wants to go and be buying from dealers. As if I was not a dealer. I was laughing. I want to buy from dealer. So I gave him. So I told him that, okay, I gave him some dealers' names. So he went off to those dealers' places to be buying. So one day, he got there and he was buying, and somebody asked him, where did you come from? He said, I came from, he was saying he came from Ajawa Estate Axis. And the person said, don't you know Nancy there? She said, I know her now. She's my brother's wife. And the guy said, he's your brother's wife. Don't you know that Nancy's price is even better than where you are? And you took taxi to come here to buy. And the guy was like, wow. He now came back to me and said, Nancy, but he didn't tell me. I said, I can't force you because I was telling you, you said you want to get other dealers' name. And I gave you people that you can go to. From that time till date, the guy is still my customer. So what am I saying? You don't force coaching on people. You don't force mentoring on people. But the truth is, if you get to big stone, because in business, you cannot, that's why I tell people, it's good that you have accountability partner or you have mentors that you can have access to, people that you can share your issues there and they can give you answer. Because even though you attend a class for one day and you don't have continuous follow-up, how do you, when you now get to a place that you don't know what to do, what do you do at that point? So that is why you need a continuous mentoring or coaching in the line of your business and also in the owners as a whole. So let me continue. I don't know why I dived into that. So what am I saying? I say if people don't know you exist, you cannot make money in business. Until people know you exist, you will not make money. If I didn't create awareness, I will make that sales of 1.8. Last year, December, I saw Tenny Makanaki on Instagram creating awareness on Third Mainland Bridge. The so-called billionaire Tenny Makanaki. She has money, but she went on Third Mainland Bridge to create campaign for her event. And I learned that her first launch is the ever first launch that sold out. You cannot play with being visible. Letting people know that you are there. If people don't know you exist, you cannot sell. And I beg you today, start to create visibility within your network, within your environment. Like now, let me give you a clear example. So if you are in Lekki, for instance, and you are maybe a online grocery store in Lekki, everybody is buying grocery now. They don't have choice. People need to stock in. Instead of them calling maybe Jumia or calling one people that will now use dispatch rider to bring it from afar, they would have patronized you because you are within their locality. They can have access to you. Immediately they call you, you will deliver on time. That is what proximity can do for you. Proximity, especially female entrepreneur, I beg you, let proximity be in anything you do. Your business should be, so now, it's not that you cannot deliver outside Lekki. You can, but let's leverage on the people within our estate first. So I met a girl, a lady in my church. I met her in the market and I saw her face. She was not looking happy. So I asked her, I said, what happened to you? She said, Nancy, I'm not making sales. My business is that. I said, I don't even know what to do. What do you even do? I don't know what to sell. What do you really do? She said, I make clothes. I'm a fashion person. I make clothes. This clothes I'm wearing, I actually make it. I said, this clothes is very beautiful. You made it? He said, yes. I said, I have a lot of clothes at home that I even need somebody to make for me. But it has been there. And I said, I don't even know you make clothes. She now started laughing. I said, can you imagine? Do you know how many of us would have patronized you if we know you are making clothes and you could make this kind of solid clothes? And she looked at me and she laughed. And I said, But you know that the lady did not get back to me to say, Coach Nancy, bring the clothes. Let me make it. That has to come up with schedule a proper follow-up. Have a schedule proper follow-up. Number one, if people don't know you exist, you cannot sell. Then if people know you exist, somebody has already even show you areas that she has something that she can buy from you, then you cannot even follow up to get the deal closed. Is it me that will chase you? So we must all understand these things. It helps. So don't beg people to buy, but let them know you exist. I'm seeing a question here. Don't beg anyone to buy from you, but let them know you exist and put competence in what you are doing. So let me share a quick one here. If you know, at Abacha Nation, she's on Instagram. She sells abacha. Abacha is what the Igbo people eat. Abacha. So when she contacted me a year, it's a year plus now. I'm not good with months. So it should be a year plus now. When she contacted me on Instagram, it was actually her husband that saw me and said, I want you to work with this person. So she came and she was like, Coach Nancy, my husband said I'm good in making abacha, but I don't like it as a business. So will it do well? And I said, for me, there's no business that cannot do well. If you understand the strategy behind it, for you asking question on air business, if you understand the strategy behind any business, the business will do well. So I told her, what is strategy? Strategy is how to play and where to play. How and where to play. You must understand this thing. If not, you might not do well in the business. So I told her, I said, number one, after all I've gone through with her, I told her, competence is key when it comes to you marketing. You must be good enough, because if you cannot buy it, then don't sell it. If you cannot buy what you're selling, then don't sell it. So I told her, which part of Nigeria make the best abacha in the world so far? She said, it's Enugu people. I said, good. I said, do you have anybody in Enugu? She said, yes. I said, call the person to help us look for any joint in Enugu. I'm telling you what I do to make so that you can do it for yourself. If you feel you can do it today and start to get results. I said, okay, go to those joints in Enugu. Look for any joint in Enugu that sells abacha more, that can do well. She said, okay. She said they've gotten one place that woman every night, everywhere is filled up. I said, okay, let's ask her, how much will it take her to teach you how to make abacha? I want you to up your abacha skills. It's not that you don't know it. There are some of us here, you are not selling. It's not because you don't know a bit, but you need to up your skills. You need to get a new perspective on how people now make hair. So people are using, like I have a client that does hair. The things they use in making hair now, they are changing. So if you are still using the old one, people might not buy from you. And they won't tell you why. Your family member will not buy. Like I tell people, if you are my family member and you make cake and your cake is like bread, I will not buy. I'm too blunt. I will not buy. It's not because you are my family member, then I will not buy bread for cake. I will not. So understand this thing. Competence is key. So she went there, she did that, she learned, and she came back. The first day she launched on Instagram, she makes sales of 70 orders, and she rejected the remaining order. She's still on my page. Her story is on my page. Her review is on my page. And some of these things I'm sharing with you that you have not paid me a dime to share. It's what I took her to. But it's just that we did it on a one-on-one basis. I will tell her, do like this, and she will. And she was ready to obey all what I'm telling her. She was ready to work with me. But some people, they will come and they are not ready. If you are not ready to work with the person that is putting you through, you will not get the sales. And sales entails that you stretch yourself a little. But once you have made it, you will continue to make it. Now that everybody is sitting at home, do you know how much order she's getting? Now that joints are no longer in vogue. Now that people are not having joints. So you know how much she's making. She gets a lot of orders every day. I remember last year, at the middle of last year, she said, Coach Nancy, I don't bring order to mainland again. Only island order want to kill me. And I told her, so you are rejecting money now. She now started laughing. I said, please go and get a bike or get a dispatch company to get one for mainland, get one for island. Don't reject money. Because even so, people were coming to my DM to say, I contacted Abacha Nation. I want Abacha. She said she's not coming to mainland. About 2 people from Iyaba. So I called her. I said, don't do that. You are throwing away money. How can you be saying you don't have something? Anytime you tell your client you don't have something in your store, you are losing money. That means you have not planned to be wealthy. You have not planned to get rich. Because how do you get rich? It's not number of people that buy from you that result to your money that comes to you. Please, competence is key. Don't say, I know it. I know it. I have somebody, he's a relative of mine. So let me give you a clear example. Because you might be in business and be saying, I'm not selling now, other people are selling. Are you good enough? Are you good enough? If you are into any business, especially people that sell food, or you sell juice, or you sell food, or you sell shawarma, or you sell pizza, or you sell any of those finger food, you sell chops, you sell cake, you sell anything food, and people come to your store, they eat your food, and they don't request your card that can I place order and get it at home, then your food is not sweet enough. I'm telling you, I'm very blunt, I'm sorry, but I need you to wake up. Because if your food is sweet enough, people will get your card and say, hello, madam, do you people do home delivery? That's when they've eaten your food and it's sweet enough. So from today now, in your area of business, in your industry, go and look at the top 2 you want to be like, the top 2 that is doing well. If it's food, buy their meal, taste it, and see how can you surpass their taste. That should be your goal now. How can you surpass this taste that they have? So when you now call me and say, Coach Nancy, the day Abacha Nation sent me Abacha. Oh God. My husband is an Igbo man. I'm an Edo person. Even when they used to eat, the one they used to do that, I used to see that they eat. Sometimes I eat it, sometimes I don't really enjoy it. But when she sent me out, I can still remember the picture. Maybe I will go and screenshot it and repost it. I ate it and I was like, wow, this is, my husband was like, let's order again. I said, this one was tasty. We ordered the second day. The third day, my husband said, let's order again. I said, Oga, we are not ordering. I will be the only one that want to eat all the abacha. So what am I saying? Competence is key. You can't throw away competence in what you are doing and be saying, it's good enough, and they should eat it like that. Who should eat it like that? Are they your family member? And let me tell you something. Another thing you should know is that the way you like your food to taste, and you say it's sweet, it might not be sweet in your customer's mouth. Have you gotten feedback from them? Have you cooked your food and give it out to people that can really tell you the truth? Not the ones that will be lying to you to say, it's sweet, it's okay. We don't want it's okay. Is it good? So when I sell first, let me go back there. When I sell first, because this selling is is long. I don't even know when I'm going to end it and I still have some things to share. When I say sell first, whenever you are trying to launch out, whatever you see where I did it, I launched out. I realized that they've embraced my product. I know my flyer, so I know they will come. It's already a signal that I'm selling already. So if you are in any other industry, how do you sell first? Create your product, create your services, try to do a WhatsApp based on people you know that they need this kind of thing. Maybe you're a teacher, you are trying to do e-lesson platform to say, okay, because people might not have too much money to pay 30,000. I would like to be taking 5 or 10 students at a go. Let them pay 775, which is 75,000 for you, instead of you collecting 20,000 that you normally collect. So now you now say, okay, you want to pay, you now do a write-up, share it to them and see how many people that will say you, beautiful idea. Not only beautiful idea, you now see response like, when are you starting? I want to pay. It makes you know that that idea is viable and it's worth it. Do you understand? Please, do you understand what I'm saying? Are you even with me? This so much crowd, not seeing your faces is not making me to. I would have loved to see you guys' faces. I want to see your faces. So you see the response. They now respond. I remember one time I wanted to start one MLM on telecom business that you can, my own platform that you can recharge and will give you a particular recharge and get some recharges. I wanted to start that platform years ago. I created it and I shared it to people that I know that will need it. Come and see. I want to pay. I want to pay. I want to pay. I want to pay. I already know that that product is solid, is a viable product. That is how you know. Please. So when you create such product and nobody respond, you go back, sit down and say, why did they respond? What is the issue? You start to ask those questions. Those are some of the things we'll be teaching you in the group coaching class. Because we can't even take that. Only that alone, we can't take it here. And for people that are saying, how do I sell post-COVID? There's what we call market gaps. Have you been able to identify the market gaps in your industry? And you begin to fill it up. Have you been able to identify market gaps? Is a total topic on its own. So for people that will be in the group, we can try to say, okay, we are doing market gaps, and I tell you how to do it. We throw it in, you learn, and that's it. So there's a lot of things, but you must be ready to learn. You must open up. And I said it at the beginning of this class, you must unlearn, relearn, and learn. So open up yourself to learning and open up yourself in implementing. If you don't take action, then you have not learned anything. You must take action today. So let's go on. Another thing I would like to discuss under sales, if you don't price it right, your customers will drop. I'm still under sales, so I will take your question. God will help me today. If you don't price it right, your customers will drop. It's still under driving. Sorry. It's still under driving your business shamelessly. Please get this thing clearly. If you are selling fast-moving commodities like Indomie distributor, Coca-Cola distributors, recharge card distributors, all those same product that is available somewhere. If you are selling those products, you must understand that pricing is key for you. If you price it wrong, they will drop. They will not buy. They are not your family member. You cannot say you are selling Coke. Let me give you a clear example. You cannot have a normal store like the Malams or the normal roadside stores or shops, anything they call it. You cannot say you are selling your Coke there 500 naira. Nobody will buy it from you. You cannot say you are selling your Coke or your water 150 or 200. Nobody will buy it from you because you have not added extra value to be able to earn that kind of money from them. Get me right. You have not added extra value. So, but for anything that is if you are selling based on distribution level, based on wholesale level, price is key. They're selling any fast-moving consumable, soap, whatever. On a distribution level, price is key. But if you are selling in a retail level and you decided to add a little bit of better ambience, better convenience, better other things, you can review your price and people might still buy. Let me give you a clear example. Talking about hotels or going into Cold Stone. When you go into Cold Stone, their water, I guess, is 500 or 300 naira. You will buy it because they've added AC for you. The ambience, the location, the environment, you want to snap picture there. The hotels, the restaurant, they will have all the whole ambience. So you want to pay more because they've added extra value to the water. And they are not selling it in wholesale, get me right? They are selling it in retail. You can only buy in large sum when you are doing parties, and you're doing the party because you need the location, you need the ambience to see that what you have is solid. Do you get that? So whenever you are selling something, a fast-moving commodity in wholesale level, on a retail market, open market level, please, your pricing is key. And when setting prices, there are few things, about 4 things you should always look out for. Take your pen now and write it down. One is your competitor's price. You have to compare. Number 2, your cost. The important one is your cost. The second one is your competition, their pricing. You have to compare. Number 3 is my head is just auto. Can I even forget now? Your competition price. Okay, your target audience budget. How much can they part with? How much can your target audience actually part with? How much would they be ready to buy this product from you? And lastly is the value you are adding, as in your worth. You know, for distribution, I've told you, you don't need to add your worth to it because the business is open. But if you are doing production, fashion, coaching, your worth is needed. What you have, your value, what you carry is also part. So, but still, you must be able to leverage all of them on these 4 points. So let's move on. God, thank you. Lastly, under these sales, one of the key important things that every customers want to know, want to hear about is value. What is in it for me? Every customers want to know what is in this thing for me. How will this thing benefit me? Why should I come to you to buy? Oh, come again with what, please? Okay. Number 1, the pricing. Number 1. Sorry, I can just see your question. Number 1, your cost of production, your cost. Number 2, competition pricing. You have to compare. What are they selling? What are other people selling? Number 3, your target audience budget. Your audience, how much will they be ready to part with based on this thing you want to offer? The lastly is, if you are not into a fast-moving commodity, then you add your worth to it. Because some people make clothes for 10,000, some make for 20. That has to do with their worth and the quality, or their years of learning, their investment, what they have added to themselves to make them different. So that's where the worth comes in. That's 4. I hope you are fine now. Glad and Galaxy, I don't know, there's no name there. I hope you are fine now. So let's move on. So there's one thing that every customers want is value. What is in it for me? This thing I want to pay for, will I get value for it? Will I get value for it? Don't just keep talking about your product, how awesome it is, but make sure the statements of all your products gives the value that your customers are expecting. And one thing that customers keep expecting from you is what is in it for me? How will this thing benefit me? So why should I buy from you? Why should I buy from you? So why should I buy from you? That's that. Then the next one is a good business transaction. A good business transaction that is valuable to any customers will deliver 3 things. It will be helpful to your client. It will give the promise that the client wants. It will, when you give the value helpful to them, give them the value that the client wants, and it will actually solve the problem that they want to solve. Because every product is aimed at solving a problem. And solving that problem is also giving the value. And also ensure that whenever you are marketing your product, it outweighs the price. The value you are talking about is more than the price that they are getting. And let it be real, not fake. Real, in the real sense, not fake. Let me attend to your questions now. While we take break at this minute, just take break for like 5 minutes and we all come back. But let me take the question before we take a break. Or should we take the break before the question? Which one? Should we take break? Everybody take water. Just jump up, rest in your room, just relax. Take break. Let's take a break for 5 minutes and we'll come back. Okay, questions before break. Okay. Number 1 question. If I want to start selling roasted fish, how do I sell in proximity? I love you for the fact that, let me tell you, the seemingly little things is what brings money now. The seemingly little things that we overlook. When I wanted to start recharge card years back, so people overlooked my business and they say, how can you be a graduate and go and be selling recharge card? What's that? But today, recharge card has strung out more than 200 million for me. Not the one I wasted. Though. So my sister, I am super glad for you What I mean by proximity in this sense is that look at your environment. Where are you? You can come online to say the roasted fish executive. And let me tell you something at this point, that no matter the business you want to start, even though it's tomatoes, you can make it corporate. You can make your tomatoes corporate. Please don't forget that. You can be that roasted fish person that we all want to eat our fish. That I want to eat your fish. Everybody wants to eat your fish. So now, how do you put, so what I'm trying to say is that when you want to start marketing your product, the fact that you can start this your roasted fish from your room or from your house or from your home, any business you are doing now, please factor it in that you can start it from your home. It's very important that you can start it from your home. So now if you want to start this from your home, when I talk about proximity, if you are in an estate now, who really want to buy roasted fish from you? Who are they? Are they the high class or the low class? You ask yourself those questions. If your market is, don't always say everybody is my market. Please get your market right. Everybody is not your customer. Get it here today. Everybody is not your customer. And before I move on, what I want to tell you is, number one person is Emmanuel Victoria. What I want to tell you is that people will only buy from who they know, who they like, and who they trust. Number one is they have to know you, that you are there. Sorry. Okay, they have to know you, that you are there. That is number one reason why you have to advertise, create awareness, let the people in your environment where you are currently staying know that you exist. Excuse me. I hope I've been able to answer your question. So proximity in the sense that if you are going to have a store, don't let it be too far from your home. That's what I mean by proximity. Then when you are doing your creating your awareness, ensure you start locally. I said it. I said, think big, start small, but start from your locality. Ensure you start local. So go around to market to those people. Create your fish, do your fish. Take it around, make it, go and learn it well. All the processes that will make it to be standard, then market it within your environment. So instead of them going to Yaba or ordering from online, all of us, all the people ordering online, let me tell you, some of the things that people are ordering online, maybe the store is in Lekki, they ordered. Somebody in their estate sells those things, but they don't know that those people sell it. Thank you. They don't know that those people sell it. That's just the problem. So if they know you are selling it, then you will be at least before your estate people can patronize you, you have made money first before you join the online people to it. I hope that is clear. Please, if I answer that is clear, come to the chat button and say yes, so that I know I've answered you. Then also, I attended a bread making class, and I bake. Okay, thank you so much. So, okay, I attended a bread making class because I bake, and the bread making is something I would love to do. Good. It's a good market. It's a good market because food is on the rise. During the COVID era, I remember on a daily basis, I was buying bread continuously. I didn't like to eat bread, so I was buying bread continuously. It's a demand that is there, and it is something that cannot face out. Can't face out. So the teacher told us to express, please not. The teacher told us expressing not to start small. Oh, what kind of teacher is that? That it will be a waste of time. What do you want? What you have to say about that? Okay. Hey, this is a question. The teacher expressly told you not to start small. See, number one thing I said is, I said, think big, but start small. In this way, the teacher is trying to say, let me tell you, so I'm going to share a story for you here. Who am I talking about now? I'm just talking to Emmanuel. So what I'm going to tell you about now in this place is that what the teacher is trying to say is that the teacher misrepresented his his answer to you, or the way he gave you those words, or maybe you didn't understand what the teacher was trying to say. What the teacher is trying to say, from what I am trying to let you know, is that don't package your brand as being poor. Starting small does not mean that the whole world should see you as a poor person. Starting small does not mean that they should see your brand as this poverty brand. No, don't do that. Start small, but have the mindset of the wealthy. Think big. I said this, think big, but start small. So now let me give you a clear instance. When I started Airtime years back, I started small because the business, you can't even start, you can't use 600,000 to start it. It's too small. But one thing I do is when I go to pick my product in any vendor's place, I comport myself. I respect myself. I carry myself with dignity. I will just come, sit down. I'm not talking too much. I'm not pretending. I don't have time. I'm not talking too much. I package myself. I realized over the weeks, over the month, they called me one day and said, Madam, we are going to give you credit worth 20 million and you pay in 3 days. The people that were showing themselves that I didn't tell them I have money. I did not tell them I did not have money. The only thing is that I package myself well. And I don't say anything, I don't see myself as a poor person, even though I did not have so much money at that time. So they gave me those were the things that helped me to grow. So what the person is trying to say is that don't come into the market saying, you now use a fake nylon or you now package a dirty nylon. Make your packaging awesome. But you can start small. You can even start from your room and package the bread and go out. You can start small, please. So if you are here and you feel you need continue mentoring on this, because some of the things I'm teaching you today is not supposed to be one-off. It's something that we should still try. You say, some of you, after coming out of this class, you can be more confused. Like your head is full. What do I do next? So you need somebody to keep taking you on the journey gradually. And I tell you, you will succeed. Okay, let me share my story here so that it will help you. So I started my business. Oh God. Why? Should I share my story now? Should I continue? Okay, I get you now. Okay, the process of making 10 bread and 100 bread is the same, but the equipment is just smaller than each other. No, but if you don't have the money for the bigger equipment, please start small. I beg you, start small. The only thing is, it's going to stretch you. So if you make 10 bread, that means you might wake up from 2 and start making bread. Start making bread before you can make 100. But you know that you are not incurring higher cost yet. Please start small. From there, you will know you will even know how to buy. You will not know that, okay, some people have bought equipment and they realized the whole equipment was bad. One of a big dealer in my industry did that and the business went down. He realized that the equipment he bought was the wrong specification and he wasted millions to buy it. So please start small. You would have tested the small one. But if you have the money, don't get me wrong, if you have the money to start big, then you need somebody to hold you by the end and so that you can start. It's 2 ways. But if you don't have the money, don't let money be what is holding you. That's my goal of not starting. But if you have the money, you can start big. So let me share my story here. Ooh, I'm even out inside this. Can you imagine? So let me share my story. I started my business 14 years ago with 600,000. All what I shared was the first day I made sales of over ₦1 million. And as they were coming, I was capturing all their data, their name, be picking the points in my story because there's no time. I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't want this class to take 6 hours. My plan for this class was 3 hours. So I don't know how we're going to do it. So as I'm giving them the gift, like I said earlier, once we give them the gift, we take their details, their phone number. Phone number was the main name, phone number. Then there was no email and all that. Now that there is email, there is Instagram, so you can take all that. So we just take their name, phone number, and at the end of the day, we got over there about more than 100 numbers. So every morning from the second day, I woke up in the morning as early as 3, 4. I'll start to put their name, compile their name. By 6, I've started sending SMS to them. I have all stocks. I have all those pointers that they used to complain to me when I was starting, was what I would put in the message. Good afternoon. I have all stock available this morning, and we have all the varieties. We have this. We put everything that is a pointer that will make them to come. Put it in the message, send it out to them. Immediately I send it, I'll just start seeing people trooping in. Before 10, I've made so much sales. I was selling. The first day was 1.8. The second day was like 3 million. I was just selling like that. So in 1 year, my business capital became 3 million. Despite the fact that I wasted some, I mismanaged some, I waste some too along the line, because then I didn't understand numbers. So at the end of the 1 year, I was robbed and they took away everything I've saved. They took away everything. I cried. During that time, my vendor started giving me credit, so they started calling. I thank God that they took only my own 3 million and their money was still intact. I was so grateful to God. So I quickly paid up all the people that gave me credit facilities. I paid them up and I went to sit down, started crying that what will I do next? Oh God. So I paid up, I started crying. So on the 7th day, I was at home 1 week. On the 7th day, the Holy Spirit ministered to me, go back to your store. I got there. I'm so sorry, I'm a godly person and I cannot share my story without God. God has been helpful all the way. But I tell people it needs hard work. I work hard. I don't just say God and I go and sleep. No, God with work, serious work. You must put in the work. So I now came to my store. I'm sorry. My husband is calling. Hello, G. G, I'll call. I'm in a class, please. Sorry, I'll call you back later. Thank you. So sorry about that. So I lost all that money. So I got to that office on the 7th day, and the Holy Spirit said, create a bait for your customer. That was when I learned how to create irresistible offer. That is part of what we'll be teaching you in the group. Just remind me, anything I said that I did not teach you, remind me what is part of it anyway. So that's how to create irresistible offer. Creating irresistible offer. So I created that irresistible offer, and I sat down. I started calling some of my customers. I have this offer for you. When I gave them, me that I was crying 2 hours ago that I don't have money, they started calling back. Come and see. Nancy, send your account number. I want photo. This was I want 3 million. This was I want 2 million. That was how people started paying me. And in 2 hours, I've made 50 million naira. I was shocked. I was like, wow. So money is in town and I never knew. So I'm saying this story now to encourage you that this COVID-19 season is to bait us into greatness. Challenges, go to my page and watch that Ibuku Awochika's video. Challenges drive us to be more. It drives us to be more creative. Challenges are stepping stones for greatness. When I got that 50 million, the next thing was, wow, I've made 50 million in my account. It's not my money, but I have it. So I can use it to buy stock and sell. Immediately, I called my husband. My husband said, it's a lie. I can't believe it. I sent him the alert. He was like, how? I explained. So I called my vendors and I said, learn this one too. Write it down. Always negotiate. Always negotiate. There's nothing you cannot negotiate. And if you have the money most times, you waste money. But when you don't have money, you negotiate. Your brain will work and you start negotiating. So always negotiate. So I called and I said, I have 50 million naira now. I want to buy products. I need 1% discount. And they were like, no, we can't give you. Is this? And they were thinking I don't have it at that time. So I now called them and said, well, I'm going to go and buy elsewhere since you cannot give me the 1%. The man said, okay, sorry, we'll give you, send your money. Let's see the money. Once you see the money in our account, will know you are serious. So I removed the 500,000. That day I made 500,000 and I wired the 49,500 into the account, and I still made profit on that sales. And that whole day, the whole product was finished. I sold everything that day because they paid up front. You know, it's upfront payment. It's not that it's my money. But that is what we call OPM, other people's money. OPM. So immediately I did that. The second day, they called again. It's sweet. So another set of people will come every day. I was doing like that. In 2 years, I made 20 million naira as my capital. At this point, I want to let you know that your real capital is your profit. Your capital is not in the bank. Your real capital is in your profits. It's not in the bank. It's not with federal government. It's not with anybody. It is in the bank. It is in your profit. Sorry. So that was how I grew my business till today. That business, if I tell you the volume we do daily, you will be screaming, because we do billions, we do turnover in billions now, not even in small quantity. So I will share some other stories along the line. Thank you so much. So that question is more, Joe. Are we going to this class? How long can we continue? And I wanted to go for a break. Okay, let me continue. The next person, aspiring. Okay, about 8 years. So would you satisfy them at the expense of your profits? Okay, Esther Okoro, are you talking about customer? You said, would you satisfy them at the expense of your profit? What do you want to satisfy? I don't understand your question, but I need you to be very clear so that I don't mess it up. Juliet, what if the satisfaction of your customer makes, okay, good. What if the satisfaction of your customer make no profit in a restaurant business? What will you do to make profit while satisfying the selflessness? Please, please, please. Sometimes at the starting of your business, you must find a way. There is always a way of doing what you are currently doing. If you tell me that you are not making profit, I need to look into your business and know what is eating the profits. I'm telling you. Because I remember one of my clients, she's into cardigan making. Some years back, she came to my store, to my office, and she said, Coach Nancy, I'm not making profit. I'm not making profit. And I told her to come. She came to my office. We sat down and I said, okay, let's analyze it. Okay, you bought it this price. Okay, you make it this. Okay, where is the profit? Okay, we did everything. And I realized that it was in the purchasing that she had issues. I told her, from what I know in telecom, you can always negotiate and you can always get what you don't know, you don't know. And what you don't know, you don't pay for, you will never know. And what you don't know, you are not ready to learn, you will be ignorant about it, and you will be there and you will not know it. It sounds hard, but that is the truth. So I told her, will you allow me to do it for you? She said, yes, Coach Nancy, I'm ready. Is that not why I paid you? I'm here now. And I said, okay, let's do a research. These organizations that you buy from, that the other person that is telling the other person is telling her that she cannot access the direct distributor because she's not buying up to a certain quantity. And that is why she's buying it at very expensive price. So I now told her, no, we now went to research. I did all the research for her. I got the name of the company, and I got the price. It was 40% less than what she was getting. She screamed. She was like, Coach Nancy, I can't believe it. And she started making profit. So if you say you're not making profit, number one, can we know the analysis? How did you analyze it that you're not making profit? Because if you say, some people will say, I'm not making profit, and they are the one, maybe the way they are running the business is what is eating up. And you cannot say you want to sell expensive to your customer. If your price is not okay, they will not buy. They will not buy. Except you are selling to premium people. But if you are selling something that you need a lot of people to come and buy, if your price is not okay, they will not buy. So now we need to do cost analysis. We need to check what is making you not to make profit. Please, if that's your case, we need to check. It's very important. And for the purpose of this class, if you have something you feel that you don't want to do a group coaching for, and you don't have money for the 200 one-on-one, we have what we call strategic section with Coach Nancy. You pay for 2 hours, and 2 hours is actually 50K. You pay for 2 hours, and I sit down with you, analyze those things, tell you do, and you will get value. I had a session with a lady in the eyelashes industry. She's blown out, and I know she's doing well. She's moving everything on. So before you come to me, I'll tell you, itemize all your challenges. Then when we come for the class, one-on-one on Zoom, and you will enjoy yourself. So that's that. So because I need to actually get the question so that I don't give wrong answer, because we have a lot of people on the platform. So the next one is, how do I know what kind of business to start? We are going to send you a template that will help you, and I will share something about it towards the end of the class. And there's a template that will help you know what kind of business to start, and about 70 businesses you can start, viable businesses post-COVID period. We'll send you an email right after the class. Once we finish the class, we'll send you an email. Under the mail, you will see those business, how to start, how to know the business to start. Then the businesses options that are there, they are just 70. We have more than, businesses are too much. There are some that will come from your mind. That is just your idea. If you don't know how to bait it, you can get in touch with me. I can help you, tutor you. Let's know how to launch it out. Those are the things I like to do. So already in business, okay. Are you going into, okay, if you are going into food businesses, spices precisely, is it possible to run for some time before getting NAFDAC approval? Cost is giving me concern. Ooh, please, oh, don't say I said it, oh. Okay, Blessing Oti, chat me in my DM. Please, I won't say this thing here. Chat me in my DM. Thank you. Let's move on. Cecilia, okay. Have you been running? I've been running my catering business for over 5 years now, but I realized that my business cannot function without me. Cecilia, you need structure. Just come to my line. I've done it with a lot of people. I'm even working with a food business now that can run without her. Cecilia, just click the link in my bio to order for structure coaching, and it will help you. I have everything. It's about 7 module course that will take once a week, and you, at the end of the week, you'll be able to run that business without you. Thank you, Cecilia Akpan, for coming into this class. I appreciate you. Okay, who else? Let me get all the questions. I won't even break again because no time. We'll just continue. What do I do? I have to know when the question stops. So, okay, I'll stop at 12 o'clock. Question that came in before 12 so that we can continue. So what do I do? What do I need to do? So just I've said it, and how do I costing costs? I realize I'm running a business but not making profit. So number one, Cecilia, number one thing is just enroll for one-on-one coaching on structure, the costing, the structure. Your business will operate like me. Now that you see me here, my business has been operating even during COVID. There were telecom were opening fully, but I have never been to the office, and everything is working on well. And if I tell you the volume we do daily, you will be shocked that how, but that is it. You can actually have that life of freedom, personal time, where your business also make money without you being there. It's a life that you actually need to test. It's very sweet to be there. So just come to the DM or click the link in my bio. And well, for this class today, I'll be giving some discount for all my courses. I'll be giving discount for all my courses. So let me go down. Just wait to the end and get to hear the discount that is available for you. So now the next person is, so would you satisfy them at the expense of your business profit? No. So I've said something about analyzing what is really eating up your profit. Is it you? Is it the way you are running your business? So you must understand, like I always like to say, cut down on wastage, not costs. Wastage. There are some things that you are doing that is adding unnecessary costs to your product. Can you cut down? Can you cut down on those things and ensure you are profitable and your customers are also getting value? Please, it's very important. So what else? I also want to know the kind of business to start, and we'll get that mail. You get that mail. You get the mail. What do you think about roasted fish business? Awesome. I like businesses that are looking weird. I like that it look like this business is it going to, you will try, you'll be surprised. You will try, you'll be surprised. Just package it well, do it well. Ensure Or come and register for one-on-one from me. My one-on-one is expensive, but you can pay for the group class. But what I want to tell you is, number one, just package it well. Get it well done. You will sell pieces. You will sell. You will sell. It's a good one. Me, I like it. I used to tell people that I can start cooked tomato without preservative business, and I will be corporate about it. I will wear suit and go and sell it. What's there? It's not to sell and make money. But the most important thing is like what you do. Whatever you are doing now, try as much as possible to like it. Try as much as possible to like it. Okay. Oh, okay, I mean in business for 8 years. Wow. I hope you are making money and I hope you are retaining it. If you are in this class, okay, I'll get there. And you're not making money, or you've been in business for over, let me say, 2 years, and your business fund is not growing, please, I beg you, go to the link in my bio to order How to Be Great with Money and Grow Rich as an Entrepreneur. That class will blow your mind up. The reviews are awesome. The people attending it, they are sending messages. They've paid for me, tire. Just 10,000. You can sit in your room and watch it. So just try and get that. That's my advice for you. So would you satisfy customers? No, sorry, you won't do that. I'm sorry. Let me just round up with these questions. Can we put earnings back into the business? Ooh, you will get there. We'll get to earnings into the business. I'll talk about it. And you want to start bread business and you don't have recipe to use, you can get recipe from people. I even have somebody that can teach you and she can give you recipe, but you pay her. You can get recipe from people now. Yes, you can get recipe. Getting recipe from people is also being the word that I use since morning, which is being competence. You can learn from somebody. I told the Abasha lady, go and learn from somebody, and she learned and she came up with her own. So I have somebody that can refer you to, that can tutor you, or you can get from anybody, that any bread, you know that the bread is good in town. You can go and meet the owner and say, I want to learn how to make the bread. Tell them the truth that you want to learn. Don't go and say, I want to work, and later you not go and start your. But still, like what I always say, you will still need a neutral person to mentor you, because they might be some. It's not everybody that has that open mind. I used to be like that. I won't want to teach you. So that's that. Then please don't. I don't know if my question has been answered already. My network was fluctuating. Oh, sorry, God. What's your question? I don't know. I don't know your question. For all of you that you need direction to start. What direction do you need? Okay, let's continue. Maybe you'll get direction at the end of the class. So, but if not, like I said, you can either book me for 2 hours strategy session, or you come for one-on-one. That one will work together for like 6 weeks, every week till you launch out, like that. Or you come for the 3 months mentoring group that I'm creating. That one is paid, is 7,500 for today. From tomorrow is 10,000. By June that we are starting, it will be 15. You can do any of those three. So let's continue.